We don't have any more balloons and we don't have any more ribbons either. I'm sorry.
Unable to find the words that express their broken hearts,
No, we were looking for a pink rose and they're all gone.
Scottsville, Kentucky has instead chosen a color.
We've been making bows. We made over 200 bows in the last 2 days for people to put on their cars, on their mailboxes.
Pink was the color Gabbi Doolin loved most. At Hobdey's florist, Kelly Kenny has run out of pink flowers and pink bows.
It just seems senseless, tragic.
They instead now line the streets here, punctuating this town's pain.
Things like that aren't supposed to happen in a place like this.
Had she not been found murdered,
You'll see a crowd.
had it not been at her brother's youth football game,
Look at all the balloons.
had she not been 7 years old,
They had to move it because they were expecting so many people.
then Tina Garman might not have been as compelled to stand here today to help say goodbye.
This family's strength, I'm sure, is just about gone, but maybe they can gather a little bit from all of us.
Gabbi approached in silence. Silence that was deafening. Gabby's parents stood closely behind their daughter's casket, shouldering a grief no parent should ever have to bear.
Parents aren't supposed to bury their babies. No.
Even the youngest residents of this small town are lost.
She did not deserve it. She was just an innocent baby. I mean, 7 years old, that's a baby. She didn't deserve any of this.
Words may not adequately describe how they feel, but in Scottsville, Kentucky, pink is now the color of heartbreak. Chris Conte, News Channel 5.
All right, you ready?
Picture Day
Good.
captures life's moments. It is a way of preserving the past by taking a snapshot of the present.
It's kind of a harsh light to bring out the character in their face.
The outfits,
Look a little bit this way for me, yeah.
the stories,
And can you put your lips together and kind of look serious?
the faces.
Excellent. You look right at me.
For Thomas Sanders, though, this is a picture day 9 decades in the making.
Why don't you do the salute for me again? Perfect, yeah, hold that right there.
A lot of young people gave their lives for a cause. And they believed the cause was just, and I do too.
Before Lib Roller could finish college,
It was really the first time I had been away from home for a long period of time.
A couple of times in the plane, 2 or 3 engines quit on us.
before John Pope was old enough to drink,
I was given a B-17 and told to go fly with about 6 or 7 hours of training.
and before Jack Raymond was taught how to fly, war came and held their teenage years hostage. Years they would never get back. When you were in those planes dropping bombs, what were you thinking about?
I was thinking about all the people who was getting hurt and killed.
A lot of times at 3 o'clock in the morning, you would hear the roar of trucks coming in the West End.
16 million Americans fought in World War II.
Yes, I was scared.
Every day, we are losing them. Some estimates are that 462 veterans die each day.
I believed in what we did, and I kind of hated for the bomb to be dropped, but I realized that we saved an awful lot of people that way.
So there will come a time
Full steam ahead.
All right. Have you sit in that chair right over there?
in the near future when the greatest generation is gone.
World War II was going full speed when I went in January.
Which is why at Belmont Village Assisted Living,
I'm going to take a photo. 1, 2.
It was
Perfect.
emotional for me at that time.
Picture Day
I saw so much.
Yeah.
This project is very personal.
is taking on special significance.
What it was, I was shot through the thigh with a machine gun.
You know, most of the veterans now are in their, very late 80s or early 90s. How old are you? 92, so that's about the average age of the World War II veterans. So, it's important we tell your story.
Thomas Sanders snapped his first photo of a veteran 10 years ago.
Did you ever wear a cap like this? This is great. Well, can we try it out? Could I put it on you? Will you take your gloves off? Yeah. All right.
And he has not stopped taking pictures since.
Do you need your walker right in front of you?
There's no airbrushing.
I'm definitely celebrating, their wrinkles and their age.
Thomas wants each line in their faces, each medal, each longing gaze to tell these veterans' stories.
That looks pretty good, I think.
He travels the country, taking their pictures. Some will end up in his next book, while others will become a permanent display in the halls of this facility.
Arguably one of the largest collection of modern World War II veteran portraits today.
Well, I think people need to be reminded of how things were.
Picture Day may capture life's moments.
Every man was killed except one, thrown out through the side window.
But for these veterans, no picture will ever truly capture
Thanks for your service.
their entire story.
A lot of individuals that sacrificed their lives for this country.
Chris Conte, News Channel 5.
Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star.
Every day, a star is born in Music City.
From where you are.
Most find their beat on Broadway.
Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star.
Wonder what you are.
While others come to life
There is music happening all over the city.
in less conspicuous spaces.
I am going to loop this song several times.
Ellen Ham may not have a lavish recording studio,
I'm using GarageBand right now to edit it.
but the tracks she is laying down here are saving lives.
I'm here.
Doctors were able to predict that Matthew Parker would be born with Down syndrome.
You're okay.
What no one could see coming, though,
April 9th,
was this.
and he weighed 2.6 pounds.
10 weeks premature and with a hole in his heart, Kit and Gordon Parker's hearts stopped.
Very scary.
It's really scary.
We worried about his size, having Down syndrome.
Unable to breathe or eat on his own, doctors made the call to transport the 2-week-old from Chattanooga to Vanderbilt.
The doctors are using, it's grave, and, you really think, oh, it's really, he may not make it.
Matthew's muscles in his mouth are so weak he can't breastfeed.
As a mom, that's hard. It's so counterintuitive not to be able to breastfeed. And
But that's where the beat of Music City comes in.
Hi, buddy. Hey, Matthew.
As a music therapist, Ellen Ham spends 15 minutes a day with Matthew.
There you go, buddy. Don't say a word. So now I'm going to make it harder for him to get the music.
Her instrument of choice
The speakers are right here on the side of this.
isn't an instrument at all.
We call it PAL for short, P-A-L, but it's the pacifier activated lullaby.
Each time Matthew sucks on this pacifier, he hears a voice, a lullaby recorded specially for him by his mom.
He did not want to take this pacifier the first time I worked with him. The itsy bitsy spider.
If Matthew creates enough pressure on the pacifier, he gets to hear his mother's voice.
Down came the rain and washed the spider out. They have not developed yet in the womb the ability to suck, swallow, and breathe. The rain. Oh, good job.
You just take for granted that they will drink from a bottle or breastfeed, and there's no extra work to it.
Went up the spout again.
As for whether this is working,
oh my gosh.
when he first arrived, Matthew had no idea how to use a bottle.
It's absolutely working.
It's all about little milestones here, and this has been one of our big little milestones along the way.
Every day, musicians come to life in Music City, but one could say music is giving Matthew life.
Yeah. This kid's a fighter. He's a fighter.
Chris Conte,
Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star.
News Channel 5 HD.